Y'all niggas. Yeah. All right, bet. Yeah. The future, motherfucker. Like, I don't hear nothing else. And because I'm seeing it play out, hey, fam, I can't even say they wrong. I teach this shit. I show it. I've shown and proven multiple times that black women didn't turn on black men and go join the feminist movement.
Yes, I gotta run.
Black women always stay down.
I gotta turn black one down. They turn the other one up. But yeah, we finna get it. It's finna be lit. I only listened to like the first 10 minutes of it, but I remember.
There was some, I gotta say, the only part that I actually liked was the fact that
rookie mistake
kicked him off. Because you know me, even when we have our conversations offline, I still say I think that Fantasia is just under the wrong guidance. He doesn't know that he is the marketing for the Negro Manosphere. That once O'Shea sent him those subscribers, that was beneficial for O'Shea as well, because O'Shea does get exhausted and tired of dealing with from the men going their own way and all of that shit. He would rather have the content that is, you know, business like excellence, you know, the things that other folks can do, but it's just not as popular. Don't get him wrong. He loves the drama, but his core audience is damn near LGBTQ black men, and there's nothing he can say against it. It's MGTOW, it's sysbm, and incel men. They come and they pay like they weigh. So in order for him to maintain that presence, he needs somebody like a Fantasia who can have these same talking points as their author, goddamn you, Obsidian, and try to use that same premise. They take that whole, well, we use a poll. What did he do last night? Well, let's run a poll. Let's run a poll. How many of y'all think press 1 if it's this, press 2 if it's that, when he started caping for Jessica the first time? Give me a 1 if it's Jessica, or give me a 2 if it's the black woman who's American.
But we're going to get there.
And that was the first cape thing. Do a poll. Where does he get that from? He gets that shit from a city. Oh, yeah, fam, I didn't already went live, though. Hold on, let me see. Live studio. How do I share this shit? Share the screen. Nah. Oh, invite. There we go. Oh, no, that's the damn thing. I need to.
Right.
I dropped the link in it, so I got to open up the actual. Who we got over here? Hey, GBS, can you drop the link real fast? I know I'm live over on this motherfucker. I know CRU just came over. What up, CRU? Oh, let me try it this way.
You see? Okay, yeah, they don't need to see the poll. That one gone. All right, we'll get there, man. I'm trying to get y'all the screen so you can get to the right screen. Plot twist. Let's go.
Because I'm live, let me get that premise. Oh, let me see. Absolutely. I can't stand him no way. So I've been looking to be the bad guy. So fuck it. Let's be the bad guy. All right. I dropped it in the back chat. Let me see if the live chat will let me go. That's right. Peace, appreciate you.
Hey, we got to go all the way back. Huh? Hold on, man. I can't.
The shit that they put in writing. So when I was coming up reading this Black Panther shit and looking at their 10-point plans and all of that shit, how the hell did they take all of that energy that happened in the 60s and 70s and the 80s, take all of that, and now this is what they produce? These are the tenets of an entire movement, a community that is quoted in the same regard as a honorable Elijah Muhammad. They quote these motherfuckers more than Jesus. They quote it more than anything else. They quote it. They use the same blueprint, which is, well, the data says and science tells you this, and these are what the numbers say. They quote this shit like it is fact. And this is their tenets. So it's going to be important to break that down. Today, we're going to be breaking down the SKC and the tenets of this system. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Save Yourself, Black Men is what it refers to. It is an online community. Maybe it's a space of traveling men. Maybe there is some economic ramifications that they're referring to. Won't get all the way into what they're referring to economically until we have one of them who are able to come up here and have that conversation. But for right now, we'll get into some of these tenets that they're referring to. And we'll just analyze them for what it is. I will drop the link in the chat for those folks who want to come up and chime in. I am long-winded, so you got to work with me. And again, let's get this information out. What the hell is this? So this is Negro Wars. This is a link to whatever it is on their page. So it goes to a Facebook that says Negro Wars. As you scroll down, they're saying Slaying Evil Top 10, written by some blogger or some contributor named Michelle or whatever that is. So in 2020, my mission will be, or my affirmation will be, to find these motherfuckers. See, because here's what they do. They start these Negro wars and slander Black women. But if you look on the right side, you'll see that we got Paris Milan or somebody on there. Donovan Sharp, there's another one of them dudes. Straight Black Pride movement is going to tell you exactly what you're dealing with. It's going to start telling you exactly what you're dealing with. The disingenuous buzzards right here. What it looks like is a whole lot of Black slander and white praise, but not just the white praise. They'll take it a step further and start having some Asian praise or what I say Mongolian as a species or whatever it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's somebody that's smarter than me that can give me the breakdown between these different Mongolian sects. But to me, they're all Mongolians, if you ask me.
And we definitely heard praise. We hear it all the time, man. It's really ridiculous, man. But yeah, let's go on over there, man. So I'm gonna end this month.
All right, gotcha. All right, so I see that there. Did I close down the whole stream? Nope, StreamYard is sharing. But let's see. All right, peace of Black Power in the chat. Thanks. I was closing down the stream with Big Brother Taz right there. Call him Big Brother because he got into this YouTube space before I did. I did actually meet Brother Taz and the B1 community, B1 network. Now that I say B1 network because it is a more structured environment. It's more folks that you'll see there consistently that frequent the information. And when I say consistently, it wouldn't matter if it was the drama or the science or the history, they are over there often. And so that's why it starts to move from just being a YouTube space where people are going and then become more of a community type space. And so I definitely see some benefit in calling out Taz for everything that he does to contribute to it. I think many of our talking points align. And then there's also the places where I'm willing to push back. If there's one thing that's most consistent is that we don't got time to be sitting here just accepting of every Black doctrine and ideology and group that pops up. Sometimes we need to push back. Now, the LGBT community, they're doing their thing way over there. But when you have grown men who identify as being heterosexual, straight male, or whatever it is that you want to look at, and then they're the ones who are casting this big net over our own people and making it an easy target for every other culture to try to shoot back at us. And they're doing it in public spaces, and they're making it harder for a corporate America brother like myself to operate and move with autonomy because the stereotypes are there. And those stereotypes, we're not able to overcome the perceptions of any of the others. And we're even struggling to overcome the perceptions of those who look like us. And because of that, we need brothers like Taz who keep giving that information that says, look, if there are any areas where you find yourself praising or adoring other species, other civilizations of people, then examine yourself and check yourself. If you start thinking Asians are smart and you group them in as a generalization, but you'll look at a nigga and say lazy, then that is something about you that has to be checked. And I am guilty. When somebody cuts me, I say ouch, and then I keep moving. I don't personalize it, but I will make steps to try to remedy that thing. One of those areas was being too accepting of everybody. And so in 2020, my affirmation for action is to be a little bit different about how I go, just accepting any and everybody like we're just some egalitarian society. We're not there yet. We have work. And once we examine these tenets, I'm pretty sure the folks in this chat would agree that we have work to do. By the end of this stream, I would hope that if you find something powerful in this message, that you hit that like button as well. I have an affirmation of action. And I'll tell you a little bit about an affirmation of action at the end of this stream as well. But by the end of it, if you agree, I would hope that you create your own affirmations of action. With that being said, that is the opener. SYSBM, we'll go with, this is their article. They said they have an author who actually wrote it. And
stop right there. hey, oh, the mirror screen crap. Stop screen share. My bad on the mirror screen. Can hear I'll be in the clouds chilling like a villainous, ridiculous o'clock around here. Good to see you back, Brother Moses. Do your thing. Hey, I appreciate that, Queen Cascade, man. I'm going to just put the information out there and let it rock because I don't really got too much to say. So I do got a lot to say. That's the problem. But when it really boils down to what the points are that I typically make, I really don't got no whole lot to say. So this is just going to be the tribute and from the B1 Network Unlocked, you know what I'm saying? Unlocked vaults, man. Unlocked content goes all the way back to December. And December 23rd, 2019. At this point, I had already been fed up. So you got to understand how long we had been going back and forth dealing with the content war, as they was calling it, the Negro War, or I don't even know. But in any event, I'm gonna let y'all go on and rock with it. We're gonna bring it out the vault, and here you go. B1 Network content unlocked. You know what I'm saying? Let me show this first one time, because you know what I'm talking about. I got to give myself a little bit of kudos because it took me a second to get here. And so I'm gonna share that one more little quick time, just so they know what's really going on. This is just number one too. So I could probably do it this way too on my mama. Oh, it says I can add Google Slides directly. Let me see. I mean, let me try it this way too on everything too. I'm gonna try it one time for the one time because, like I said, I got so much content that's already been built in. Oh no, yeah, they went to the wrong folder. They went to the oldie but goodie. But if they in the oldie but goodies, there is. Yeah, there's probably only one or two on that bad boy. Oh no, hell no! I got my taxes on there and shit. Fuck, don't just be letting StreamYard get into your shit. All right, man. Welcome in everybody that just got here. B1 Network salute, man. Oh, I got to give them one more time, man. I got to do it one more time because y'all don't know, man. When we work on these slides, I think one of the biggest issues is they got people who can do this like off the top of their heads. They be like, they done made 1,000 different streams of the B1 Network co-founder Nyler says, or B1 Network co-founder Taz exclusives. But when I sit here back and I'm like, damn, how the hell do these motherfuckers really make that much content? And once again, hold on, let me show y'all. This ain't no motherfucking game. I'm not playing with y'all, and I could take a joke. When I walked into this motherfucker, I walked into a motherfucking a shootout. I started trying to warn people at the gate and shit. Like, hey, man, y'all might not want to fuck with the manosphere space. And the only way that motherfuckers could cope with dealing with the manosphere content was through roasting. Now, that goes all the way back to Facebook when you're talking 2019. And so people were known for it. But because it was Facebook, that was at the peak of when motherfuckers was like, oh, hell no. It wasn't even doxing because it was you putting your personal stuff up there. And so it was like, yeah, they knew who your mama, your kids, your aunties, and everybody. And so if the joke is going to be on me, then let's make a message out that motherfucker then, man. Niggas, get your teeth fixed, man. Y'all done caught me slipping, and I got 10,000 views on a haters page, like the same number they throw up when they talking about celebrities and shit. So shit will roast your motherfucking ass on. And anything outside of that, man, let's keep the party going. But you should know the facts, and you should know whose side you on. There have been people coming in saying, hell nah, Brother Moses he's not the right guy. He's on the wrong side of this, and I beg to differ. You could give me 999 of them motherfuckers in one Taz, and I'd still rock with the B1 Network. The same way you can give me 999 women, and I'd still rock with Nyla Says. Now, back before I got to cooking anything in the kitchen, I could tell you I had a strong woman that's been supporting me. So I did my little Mammy Mountain tour, but I had to do it the nigga way, Mummy Mountain. See, Mammy Mountain has an A in it, like aha, but Mummy Mountain has you in it. And I'll tell y'all a little bit about that a little bit later, but shit, if they want roasting, I'm going to help them like streamline the process. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to help them streamline the process. Because they ain't even know who O'Shea was. Like, I don't want to get into the backstory, but a little bit of the backstory might help. See, Mammy Mountain has an A in it. Let the women have that in the salon. But in our barber shop, niggas need to still keep the you in that conversation every time they go back to talking pyramids and shit. Motherfuckers. Hey, man. Hey, we gonna start teaching in a minute, but we gotta give them the entertainment they need and let them sit on it, man. Look, hey, this is just episode 1 of Plot Twist. Hey, man, I could end it right there. Like, thank y'all for coming. God bless and good night. Rewind it if you missed it. But we broke down the tenets of sysbm. Unless you really want to go through that shit again, it was like 6 hours long. Bro, let me get my little goof ass off this motherfucking camera and shit, first of all. And let me calm my dumb ass down, man. I got some lemonade. Because I saw what them Red Bulls do to people. Them Red Bulls will take you to your grave, won't they? Hey, too soon? Them Red Bulls, they'll give you wings. But shit, if you mix them Red Bulls with them liquor store rock hard pills, man, casket. You body bag yourself. I fuck around and body bag myself. Like, but I already thought that motherfuckers already knew that because, like, even the videos that was shared back in the day, I didn't have the tooth in. Like, it cost me $400 to get it. I was proud of that motherfucker, but I'm still not comfortable with that motherfucker. And here's the big irony of the biggest body bag ever. The only thing I ever asked about the other side of this story is because that person worked inside of a dental office. I swear to God, I went to a white dental office and them motherfuckers told me like an all on 4. Nigga, only thing I could do was Google it. I tried to look at the treatment plan. They didn't break down the financing or nothing. I felt like they violated my fair lending rights. Nigga, I was hot. And so I tried to reach out to a nigga in the network who just so happens to work. I'm like, nah, look at you, boom, 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 boom. $20,000 in spiritual debt because they probably was somewhere in the right ballpark once we break it down to how much work a nigga need, man. But goddamn, the dental tooth fairy, nigga, to the rescue. Nigga, I'm putting my shit back on screen one more time just for the slow people in the back who didn't understand what the fuck had to happen for you niggas to listen to a nigga like Brother Moses. Scoot the kittens out the way because they'd rather talk about teeth and hair. Man, I just want to show y'all something because in 2019, they tried to have a debate with me about something. And my family know this shit, but some of y'all who wasn't here at the time, y'all remember, like, you know, ADOS started having a hell of a conversation. Even while they were campaigning, they started having a conversation. And so we started looking at the numbers. I just so happened to come upstairs because I was the nigga who was interested in looking at the numbers about shit like reparations. And then argument at the time was, oh, nah, you know, like always, America can't afford it. I'm going to get back to your shit, though, but on everything, y'all, they need to hear this at least one shit. Y'all see it. They need to hear at least this one shit. Let me share my screen one more again. The screen is going to go into the little echo mode, so be cool, and then we'll get back to the content. So is this normal behavior for heterosexual black men? We took a poll, only 163 votes, but I appreciate all 163. Unfortunately, yes. Welcome to Black YouTube, 86%. I think my computer's trying to give me a notification that I'm live. But unfortunately, 14% said, I see it with my own eye. Well, this was how I worded it. I see it with my own eyes and still say no, but thanks. 14%. And I'm just thinking that's just how the polls are skewed because there is a second poll that I also did, and that motherfucker didn't really work through. Here's a video that we'll be breaking down just a little bit, man, because this shit is annoying. But if we got to go back to December 23rd, 2019, Tales from the Crypt, or pull content out of the archives, you'll remember that this was like one of the only conversations I was even really willing to have with these motherfuckers on this level. But let me show you this, because everybody knows what eventually happened after that. After 2019, the approval levels for the SBA loans were only $100,000, and they were very flat all of these years, and keep going as far back as you want to even before when they were saying, oh, well, people been suing and saying there's discrimination inside of this process, right? And the argument was America can't afford reparations. then tell me, how did we go from 100,000 small business approval loans to 9,231,000? I was just talking to people who were on the wrong side of the argument, and they didn't know what was coming. And it ain't my fault they couldn't see this shit. And yeah, they talk about the little struggle motherfuckers who was doing dumbass shit, PPP loan scamming and shit. But that's still 9 million is 9 million. But they couldn't afford it. And now if I run back just a quick little preview before we get back into it, gotta tell y'all why this is important. Even when it originally aired, excuse me. Here's some of the comments. Can I zoom in? There we go. The woman of this chat, as if there's only one, so Miss D is acting exactly like the women sysbm are absolutely avoiding. Her comments were her opinion, nothing based in facts. She was rude, dismissive, foul-mouthed, disrespectful, and belligerent. This is my opinion, and this clip show the facts I derived it from. Angry Black women breed angry Black children. It's sad. Her point was based on emotion. Man, it'd be hard. But at the same time, maybe they are starting to understand life a little bit better. Then you have this one, which was the universal energy of the irony, because I hadn't even looked back at this motherfucker. It's been that long. But Quincy 82. I am sysbm for life, man, and I don't give a shit on who gets offended. And then we had some folks reach out and just hit him real quick. Like, stop it. Congratulations. That shit dope. Y'all don't even see this shit as touchscreen too. And then self-hatred always manifests itself no matter what race of woman you are with, sir. We're not mad about this one. Sent that nigga the deuces. And then just ask Shard, thanks for sharing. That's what's up. All right, man. So without further ado, I mean, I see y'all can see that and everything. So if y'all can see that, then that's showing me that y'all can see this, man. A dude done put in a little bit of effort to make sure to, like, I mean, I don't know, like, hold on, let me back up one more time. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah. I got to turn the camera on. Y'all can't even see me, can you? Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's like the camera on. You ought to be able to see me. Oh, yeah. Anyway, it's touchscreen and everything. You just try and step this little shit up. I'm proud of this shit. Anyway, get back to it. I done stepped up the whole slide screen. Look, B1 Network. Y'all ready to start eating. Telling you, once dudes start getting graphics down and everything, oh, yeah, because that's what they say is media and the lasting impression. One of the things I hate the most is that they try to use fucked up images of people as if we ain't all we got. That's why niggas stop having to fuck with some people, because they take shit way too far. Plot twist. On this plot twist, this is what we actually looking at, though. Because around this time, it was like more or less the Obsidian Network. I think that's even what his name was Obsidian Network. And a part of that network, they were expanding their content to be a hell of a lot more inclusive than what, niggas originally thought they would go. They went to depth, but this is 2019, so they went to depth that was way deeper than niggas could anticipate. And so again, this is my Quincy right here. Why is this important for the B1 Network to unlock this content 2 years later? Like, when my son go to check out his pops and see what people were saying on his shit. Look, I am sysbm for life. This was they Quincy versus my Quincy. So who should be the bigger influence? Would it be the B1 Network or the Obsidian Network? Rocking with me? I follow, but because it's just universal energy at this point, back in 2019. And my son, he has a bit of work that he likes to do himself. And shit, you know what I'm saying? And so it's touch screen. I'm actually touching the screen, but if I sent it to your phone, if you work with Microsoft Office, this type of presentation material works. So when our sisters get ready to start spreading information or communicating mobile to mobile and shit, right now we have to just touch and slide, but the content about whatever the content should include. Now the women just get it started. So I'm gonna just drop that right there and then tell you what the men was doing. I'm gonna let the men show you what they were doing, which is the reason for this unlocked. All right. Now let me go back first one more time. Make sure I'm off this motherfucking screen. And then, yeah, stop camera. Make sure I'm off the screen completely. Last time. There y'all go, man. There y'all go. All right. We straight? Is it good to proceed? Anybody in the chat? Let me make sure ain't nobody in the chat wanted to say nothing because y'all know the link is always available. We got hot links at the barbecue. No bison meat. Get some ice cream. I got lemonade. That's what I got. Should I run it back in case people got here late? They missed the first part of it. I'm looking in the chat. I see the family in the chat. I almost want to give shout outs right now, but the nature of this content, you know, we'll keep it B1 Network and we'll take the hit for it. I salute you, but being a part of the B1 Network, and nigga has learned a little bit. We got to be, that's why people changing up their names a lot on this motherfucker. They handles this shit. But ain't nowhere for me to run, man. I'm actually the nigga they say that I am. Like if you was friendly enough to have added me on Facebook when I was like, I was in that part, I was like, hey, just add me on Facebook. Hey, add me on LinkedIn. Hey, add me here. Boom, 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 boom. If you caught me then you was good and you'll see. But yeah, for my son, I don't think my son should follow this. And I've cooked it enough. Here y'all go.
While I was on their page, they said putting this in plain language is important. It's written. So therefore, that's why we should be critical of it. We see it here. It is written. And because it is written, we should be critical of it. Now, we can't argue against them. So let's argue against the tenets. Damn, what did I just do with it? All right, there we go. First and foremost, the conversation became even more important to me because they have this picture as the premise. And so it shows me that the potentiality of the African-American talent being absorbed into other communities and them selling that as a benefit rather than a detriment. I'll say that one more time because I do tend to talk too fast. They have this African-American man here and the potentiality of the African-American man, and they are selling it as a benefit, the cross dating or the natural, the sexual selection with other, how do you say it? The other side. I just call it the other side. It is we are unique. We are Black. And so rather than dating and mating Black, go to the other side. And they're selling it as a benefit rather than a detriment. I disagree. And let's get into their why. You can listen to me and see why I would say otherwise, but let's get into their why. That's fair. I'm not just going to be a blanket statement hater. I just hate them because they're going the other way. I don't hate that you're going the other way, but I do love my people. And there is a oneness here that I would see as the end goal. They say, save ourselves. Jesus Christ. Now, what? I don't even know what the save ourselves. That's weird. So first and foremost, save yourself is someone assuming to be a leader, right? When they say save yourself, they're giving you an order. Now they're saying save yourself. So hopefully as we break this down, they're going to tell us, so what does the Black man need to be saved from? What is the biggest threat to the Black men? Then they move forward and say, save ourselves. So collectively, they're going to work together to do something. That, for one, tells me that this is a collective, a group, an organized movement or such. From what you may ask, okay, simple. The pile of ashes and rubble that is currently called the Black community, as well as the malevolent Black females responsible. See, they're doing too much. The malevolent Black females responsible for putting the same community into the toilet. So first and foremost, just from an English and a grammatical standpoint, what do you want to stand out first in your statement? Move that to be more active language, move it first. So if it's most important by proximity is to save yourself, then save yourself from what? You may ask. That would be a question mark at some point. So it's another statement, another grammatical error. I won't get too deep into the semantics, but it's one of the things that drives me crazy. The pile of ashes, again, we're talking about communities literally being burned down, Black Wall Street. And rather than being able to look at the people who brought real tiki torches or real bombs or had the military government sanctioned destruction against other civilizations, against Black men, they say that the pile of ashes and rubble called the Black community, as well as the malevolent, it's hard. So they're saying the Black female is responsible for burning down the Black community. Am I interpreting that right? Am I interpreting that wrong? Are they saying the Black woman is responsible for burning down the Black community and putting it in the toilet? Hey, once I learn how to put some mods up there, I'll definitely do that. Let me see. Somebody gonna have to tell me how to do all that. Again, I'm not a YouTuber, but we
pause. There you go. All right, man. I could keep going, or I could stop it right there, man. Because these things go all day. They go all day. They absolutely go all day. They go all day, like the Naker Babble goes all day. That was just the first part. We ain't even moved down yet. But for me, I didn't listen to it really then. And because I was involved in it, I was just annoyed by it. I wasn't actually thinking it through when we were like, oh, damn, this group or these people are actually serious. And so that may be a shot on brothers too, because we didn't take them serious. That may be a shot on brothers because we didn't take them serious. I still don't really understand enough. Are they really looking to be quantified as an organization or qualified? Because there are legitimate groups like 501c3s and nonprofits, but when you look at the website, it's like they made a website and everything. And I've talked to millions of small businesses I haven't talked to them personally, but involved myself with millions of small businesses that don't have good websites. So they're a small business with a website or a nonprofit with a website. They didn't came up with their own website. And after all of this talking, we went to their fucking website and this is what they had on it. I'm showing you the screen. I'm going to show you the screen again, just in case you just got here. You can't make this shit up. Universal energy is the reason why it needed to be shared though.
he had work to do. Somebody said, look, Brother Moses, start making some content. Let these motherfuckers be critically and let them critically analyze the work that you put out there and rebut it. So I'm not a content creator, but somebody gave me a charge. All right, so salute to everybody in the chat. We're gonna keep going on and keep going into it. But right now it sounds like the target for the destruction of the Black community is the Black woman. Maybe I'm summing that up wrong, but that's what it sounds like they got. That's their number one premise, is that they have to save themselves from Black women who are burning down the Black community. I would disagree. I would think that the conditions for the Black community in many cases would fall on the men first. And if the men are trying to save themselves from the women, then you already have admitted a grander defeat than anything that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I ain't going to be able to
do it. You
now
have a wrench.
I ain't going to be able to do it. I talk too goddamn much for me. I talk too much for me, nigga. Fuck that.
You now have a wrench.
And I started giving out wrenches.
Defending and protecting that community. It doesn't mean that you can't. It doesn't mean that you can avoid it. But they're saying that the Black community is in the toilet. The Black community is burned down. It's a pile of ashes and rubble. And the reason that it's burned down is the Black females. They're going to have to explain that shit to somebody like me. I would disagree. I would say before they get to the position of, before whoever is able to get to a position of burning down that.
Okay, goddamn it. Got back on track. Shit. Boy, okay, now I see what y'all used to talk about. Woo. That boy is long-winded.
They're saying that the Black community is in the toilet. The Black community is burned down. It's a pile of ashes and rubble. And the reason that it's burned down is the Black females. They're going to have to explain that shit to somebody like me. I would disagree. I would say before they get to the position of, before whoever is able to get to a position of burning down that community, it would first have to go through the Black men there.
Why ain't that simple enough? What's the debate about from there? What is the debate about from there? Why is it that we can't have a group of houses that are clustered together? And if any alarm goes off, the first to respond would be the man. Why is that too much? You feel me? Uh-oh. I think I hear wifey in the background. Hey, yeah, y'all know what that means.
If black men are not in a position to protect their own community, to protect their own families, how then do you make that the fault of the black woman? If you're saying that the black woman was in a position that was more powerful than that black man, whether it was in our own household, in his own household, or however you like to word that, if that woman was in a position to burn down that household and that man couldn't defend his own household, it would still, in my book, fall on that man. That's first and foremost, whether it's within our own civilization of men, or whether it's inter-civilization, interactions between other civilizations. So this big melting pot, if you consider yourself black and they consider themselves Hispanic, the Hispanics decide that they want to start burning down Los Angeles, the black men in Los Angeles would have to step up and say, no, you're not going to burn it down. Now, oh, there we go. I see. Thanks, Courtney.
All right, see.
Likewise, I don't need to go to King Sigma. Whoever put this list together is the person I need to have the actual conversation with out of fairness and respect. This list below is not the be all and end all of the lifestyle. A lifestyle of running. They're gonna have to really. What are you running from?
It's so many commas in that shit.
What are you running from? To me, I would say they are running from their responsibility to protect and defend their own community.
I let them say it.
Sigma, my guy, smart, but for mine, if they're saying putting it in writing is important, and now they put it in writing, here are their tenets. The number one tenet, or the first thing that you read is this, and I'm gonna read it word for word without analysis. Sysbm is not about saving the black community. As far as we are concerned, the black community is dead, and black women were the ones who killed it. By the way, as I've mentioned before, black women are the black community. Black men, on the other hand, in their eyes, are not considered to be part of the black community. The black female looks upon them as outside help to forward her agenda, and her agenda alone. All right. We see the all caps, which means they are yelling it. That's in writers' terminology, they are putting emphasis, or SIC. They really want to call attention to this. So that means to them, this is an important statement. They just said something right here. Sysbm, save yourself, black men, is not about saving the black community. First and foremost, that is what I'm saying when you try to absolve yourself of the responsibility. It makes me beg, who are you talking to? If you are talking to black men and trying to tell black men that it is okay for them not to protect themselves, their household, and their community, then we would already disagree. We would already disagree. We would not see eye to eye. We would, our communities, the Hebrew Israelite, the Nation of Islam, the Conscious Community, Kemetic Science, Moorish Temple, there is not too many other communities that I can link you with. Masons, Freemasons, there's Freemasons, Eastern Stars, there's the Boule Society, the fraternal orders. There's not too many other groupings of men that I would be able to have a conversation with using these tenets. Because number one, Sysbm is not about saving the black community. So number one, everybody else is gone already because of that disagreement. All right.
Anything else? Oh, okay. Like, because after that, like, sheesh. That's just number one. Before we got to number one was horrible. Number one was horrible, already body bagged. I swear to God, like, look, I got to tell you, and I'm long-winded. I'm long-winded in real life. Oh, the homies came up, though. Look like, hold on. Oh, Diddy came up. Oh, shit. I don't know if y'all want this. Time Bandit came up. I think they actually had the damn Sysbm people came up to challenge it. This dude came up, got the comedians on stage. He got Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock and who was that? Dude from Little Fat Beach or whatever, or Fat Burger, Keenan Cal, something like that. Dave Chappelle, the nigga that got hit by the Walmart truck. He made beats though. He made super slaps. I could only get one from him, and the whole time we fucked with him. That's how busy he stayed.
Mod started blocking his comments because all he wanted to do was talk about another man's wife. And so here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I didn't get kicked off.
Pick a random location.
Sticks. Somebody finally responded, and they identified themselves as a part of this sysbm movement, and then they were courteous enough to provide these tenets as what they follow. This is their doctrine. So I wanted to break it down publicly, see how it compares to some of the other tenets or doctrines that are out there.
Yeah, I don't understand what that even is. Like, save yourself, black man, from what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it.
I just
saving
told
yourself
him
from
from
the black
what?
woman, but first of all, you need the black woman to establish the family and rebuild the community.
That's right.
The person you should be trying to save yourself from is the savage out here that's trying to kill you. And
ain't nobody trying to kill you, my nigga.
One big question mark on whether or not you're going to be speaking from the perspective of black men or of black women, or will you be flip-flopping between both? And if this writing, these tenets aren't for black men, and they are from the perspective of black women, then anyway, I don't want to get too deep, but you are the black, ain't you dead, is how I would say it. It would be an ad hominem, aren't you dead? How are you saying that you are dead? You are the black community, you are dead, and you don't want black men, and black men are not a part of you. I don't, anyway, I don't know if it's a genetic argument, a genetic fallacy, or what. But and I bet you this will not be the last time that they flip-flop between the perspectives of the black man who needs to save himself because he's running from the black woman. And then I'm going to tell you about the black woman and the black woman's perspective at the same time saying that she's dead and she is the community that he's not trying to save.
Hopefully everybody was able to catch up to what just happened there. So where I ended it off on, there was something that I called out even then, is how they took the woman's perspective. So sysbm is not about saving the black community as far as we are concerned. So they're talking about their organization. The black community is dead and black women were the ones who killed it. By the way, and that's why it was hard for me to actually dissect even then. As I've mentioned before, black women are the black community. So the black community is dead and black women were the ones who killed it. So black women have killed themselves, basically. Black men, on the other hand, in their eyes, so now they're speaking from the lens of women, the dead women, I guess. So I guess I had to call that out one more time.
So when Archer comes up, you're going to have to tell me more about your founding fathers and their tenets. Is this a black woman, or was I right to tell you that this is a question mark movement?
All right, and so what happened was Archer ended up joining the chat, and then once I skipped it forward to where Archer finally came up, he was getting ready to talk, but there was it sounds like a quack on there, but shit, we'll see.
Do you answer questions straight up and down with your honesty, or do you kind of skirt around it and dance? That's my first question.
I am not the fucking one. So there's a lot of people who they saw Brother Moses when he was cool, when he was laughing and shit, but I'm not when we're really on business. And sometimes they get business and personal conflated, which is going to always be the challenge with social media and doing media.
I'll answer your question straight up and down.
All right.
So let's try that out. Archer, what is this cartoon character that you have on this avatar?
Spike Spiegel.
Spike Spiegel. And why was it important?
You ever seen Cowboy Bebop?
No, I have not. And you're not asking me questions just yet. Just work with me. I'm just trying to make sure we can gauge your honesty, because if you're not going to have integrity, then there will be no reason for me to have a conversation with you.
Oops. That could be offensive and off-putting to some people. But when it's not a game and it's not a game no more, I'm not fucking playing. So yeah, around the last time I was going live, there were some people who joined the panel, and it was an open panel, but everybody know what was going on. That shit wasn't no ha kiki moment, and people attitudes was flaring, and they wanted to come on and talk about this man wife, which is why this is called plot twist. That's the same thing that happened when we were trying to break down the tenets of sysbm.
You either
running deflections.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
So I screen a motherfucker. Do you know how serious this moment is? For me, only 2,000 people may have saw this. But for the part of black media and those who knew and that was involved in hearing this shit and trying to fight back or doing whatever we could, nigga, man, fuck all that shit.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I'm not with the roasting. You know, we got Brother Taz who can cook the hell out of you and do all of that shit. I feel like we have work to do, and I feel like what's being advocated on your end is something that's detrimental to the success of what I would like to advocate. So that makes you an opponent.
I'm not fucking playing with these people, man.
I didn't greet you in the name of peace. All right, so my next question would be, why was it important for you to represent your...
What I tell him, I did not greet you in the name of peace. I typically tried to greet people in how they wanted to be treated or how they wanted to be greeted, excuse me.
Yourself with this cartoon character. Go ahead.
Why was it important? There was no importance to
What
it.
up
I
with
never
y'all?
think that.
What up, Time Bandit?
Hey, what up, Time Bandit? Let me get my stapler right quick. Hold up. Where's my stapler?
All right, so you said it wasn't important for you to represent yourself with this avatar. All right, so let's move away from the avatar and then move into the size 12. Do you mind having that conversation about a size 12?
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
All right, so what is your ideal size?
My ideal size probably be around size 6
Why did you choose a size 6?
because that's about the average size of a woman across the world.
The average size
Yes.
across the world.
I mean,
And why was that important to you?
Huh?
Why was it important for you to have an
relation
average size
in
woman?
relation to the topic in which the context in which I'll bring it up,
Mhm.
size 12 is overweight. Most American black women are overweight. Now in America, we don't see size 12 as overweight because we're so used to bigger women. We see that as average.
Overweight compared to what?
Compared to Africa, compared to African women. Compared to like a size 12, what's that? That's about 25% body fat.
See if this was anybody
So
else
it's more
content.
the weight or the size? Like if you
Africa.
put it on a scale or just the girt around her waistline?
Nigga
Which
said you
one
let
is
him-
more the...
overall?
Nigga say you let them talk, they'll tell you where they want to go. You just got to let them talk. Hold on, man. Africa. Say it with us.
The overall makeup, it basically goes down to the health and conditioning of the black community. I mean, Brother Moses.
We're not... No. Hold on, player.
All right,
Stop
go ahead.
that shit. We're not going to go all super deep because y'all be talking about bullshit and you try to bring in statistics and shit that I don't really care for. So when I'm asking you, this is just a personal Brother Moses to Archer, the cartoon characters conversation. Your preference might be
Does it,
based on...
Brother Moses? I hate to agree with. Does it bother you that I have a cartoon character? Is that something that?
Yeah, because I don't like clown shit. And when I have to go up
Yeah.
against clown shit, and I feel like what I have to say is important, but what I have to say gets
Is that-
drowned out
that-
because of a clown. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. No, it's the world of difference. Like when you put those cartoon characters on, I have kids. And so when my kids even click on my link, they will see this cartoon and they're used to looking at cartoons. So I don't want to be attractive to kids.
What's the problem with that? What's wrong with that? Oh, okay. Hold on, man. See, I could be done right there, but shit, I don't even know if a motherfucker even give a fuck no more. Is anybody even in the chat? I always said if it was one motherfucker left, I'd still keep rocking this shit. But let me see what the chat got to say, because it always be some shit, man. It always be some shit if you just let them talk, man. It don't be me. I don't got to make the shit up. But Universal Energy said now is the time to go on and throw out the plot twist. Go on and throw out the plot twist. You want a size 6, nigga? Nigga, what? The average size woman a size 6, man? Come on, man. What? Come on. Nah, see, I be like, that make me think that you're not cutting the limit of womanhood off at its proper age. Like you're still including what's not women. And then this dude said Africa and shit. I damn near wanted to have that nigga pull up some pictures, man. Pull up some pictures then. Like, but we wasn't there yet. If you let them talk though, they'll take you somewhere else. I wanted that motherfucker to hold on right there for a moment. But you got Time Bandit hopping on. You got the dude who makes the beats for the B1 Network, CRU royalty on that bad boy. I'm just like, shit, do you let it go? Do you bite on that one? Or do you, man, come on, man. And I wasn't as patient at that time. So I'm going to just let y'all know. But here y'all go, because I got to shut the fuck up. They don't think that we did this work, so let it go.
For real, I'm not the Joe Camel cigarette seller guy. I don't market to kids. I don't use
Wow. You
Right?
know kids shouldn't watch that cartoon.
I don't know what that cartoon is. I'm talking about the image of using cartoons and grown folks who use cartoons to appeal to who? Who do you appeal to with those cartoons? You said it wasn't important for you. You asked me a question. Did I give you? Did my answer meet your expectations, sir? Or is that all right?
I mean, I changed it. I respect you. I changed it.
All right, thank you. And not just the changing it, but Archer, do you understand my sentiment about the cartoon characters and how that is geared towards kids? Or was that
I honestly I don't, but that's another conversation.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, they must thought we like that motherfucking what was that Bill Cosby shit with the junkyard dog and the bumble mouth dude? I don't even know they fucking characters' names. That must be who they thought we was over here. That's who they thought we. Oh man, I'm looking at the old chat from the old thing. Let me see. I ain't even checked back with the actual chat. Is we rocking or is we rolling? Somebody said they gonna be right back, but I put me back on the screen there. Is we rocking or is we rolling? I turn this shit off right now, man. But look, it's like 50 people in this motherfucker. Yeah, Mushmouth and all of them, man. The Fat Albert, yeah. They must have thought we liked Fat Albert. Now, we was on some grown man shit and we kept being distracted by these little weird-ass niggas. Don't forget whose side you on in this bullshit. We wanted that shit to stop. We were trying to tell niggas to tighten up. Like, damn, y'all bringing some shit that even in the barbershop niggas would have been like, whoa, and y'all normalizing that shit. We like, nah, nigga, there's a different message we want to normalize. Now, I don't give a fuck what they say about the black man crying or whether or not they want that to be a normalized message. But I would rather see tears than that buck broken shit 1,000 episodes out of 1,000. There is not one time if I was watching something about the image of black men would I ever want buck broken to be what the image of black men is. Yeah, and I damn near need to get the fuck off the screen with my little ugly head. Look at my little ugly head over there. Nigga, I just try to make it easy for the people, man. Just try to make it easy for the people. My little ugly ass, man. Man, first of all, that wasn't even a good roast, first of all, nigga. And nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, I can click my shit too, nigga. My bottom ones, motherfucker. I can click the bottom ones, motherfucker. Fuck you mean, nigga. But yeah. These niggas did not understand the difference between when I was a child, cartoons was a pastime that even my dad was like, nigga, at some point, we had to go the fuck outside. At some point, we had to get the fuck out the house. The remote took black men out the home. When we was boys, we even had a hard time struggling. If Big Mama was there, if women was gathered in that living room, nigga, nigga, but there's something different about this new generation that we're catering to as content creators. There's something different on that manosphere side of the black YouTube world. Damn, I gotta work on my little camera and shit, man. First of all, I got a good camera, but I'm still scared to hook that motherfucker up because motherfuckers is ready. Like, they looking for boogers, they looking for snot, they looking for background images, they looking for everything. Everything. Hey, man, when the dude come up and he ring the bell and he got the corn, I don't know what y'all call it, but when they put with the chili and the mayo, everything. That's what you got to say. Man, let's get back to the content because I know I be getting on y'all nerves than a motherfucker with my rants, but I got to get this shit out. Share the screen. Share the audio. See, I remember I used to couldn't do this shit for shit. Now y'all just got to bear with me. If I fuck up, I fuck up. Fuck it. So here we go. We got 5 on the panel. And I could give you a breakdown. But we see even at this time while people is talking shit, this was an actual thing that was going on. This is real people's lives in 2019. You know how many cases probably had to be brought against some of these people because we probably were laughing too fucking much or allowing people to tee-hee-hee too fucking much at some of this shit. Now black femicide is as strong as it's like that number was not supposed to go up. And of course, as the message about black femicide, the people saying, hey, this is going back up. Now the hate or the counter message is going back up again as well. And so again, you have these distracting forces that are not allowing us to realize what's really going on. So here we go. While we were breaking down the tenets, we were interrupted. The nigga wanted the link and we gave him the link. We'll see if we ever get the conversation back. But where were we before I said, fuck it, let this nigga come on? Because I skipped forward.
This author here. And their big thing, I'm writing another book. Well, if your book is going to be a reflection of this, again, I can actually show you, if I have my camera on, I actually did buy that Ratchet's Roulette. The book was stupid. And I could do a review on that as well. It was hard to read. The language used, the tone of the book was dark, and it was full of shit that didn't even sound relevant to me. It sounded like somebody who was unsuccessful with black women and so therefore develops this fake narrative about black women being easy sexual conquests. And it sounds like somebody who's running from the responsibility of developing, defending, or protecting a community, a family. And because they have that caveat to run from that responsibility, they're justifying it now with these books and these questionable movements that they're creating. In 2020, I don't know if I spend too much time pushing back against the Q, because I do believe that black men have more significant work to do than to try to combat this. But I do know, to me, that it is detrimental to the movement and to the image of black men if these are the organizations and the ones that YouTube is sending more algorithms and more plays and more spins to the point where I have to question what my son is watching, what my daughter is watching on YouTube, because they just might get some exposure or access to these brothers.
See, universal energy. Something told me to do it. Now I'm going to show you one more again. I'm going to show you. Plot twist, December 23rd, 2019. And this is just episode 1. Hold on, here we go. You probably can't see it. I'll make it so you can see it from the beginning. You've heard it. You may even have to rewind it. Even back then, these dudes going to come on and try to deflect the conversation again and talk about this very woman. Plot twist. It never fails. It never fails. I'm trying to get to the slide. This is the actual, it was an Obsidian network. I got to say that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. It was an Obsidian network at the time. But they were obsessed with Nyla Says. B1 Network, unlock content. It is what it is, man. That's the co-founder of the B1 Network. There go your plot twist. Everybody thought that I had something bad to say, or you thought that I had something good to say. Here's what I got good to say. Universal energy. Even when I said it then. Somebody to come back, man, because my son may be looking and seeing what his dad was actually doing. And look, he got somebody, my son go look and say, oh, this motherfucker they got my same name. And he talking about being sysbm for life and all of this shit. Look where the conversation goes. I'm going to give you a little bit more. I'm going to give you just a little bit more. And then I got to go because y'all heard wifey in the background. Y'all know what that sound is. So there was a lot of small to mid-sized businesses that, you know, promoting and advertising was about as much as they could do, is to continue to increase the awareness that they were even open, even though they were shut down. When the government shut them down, they didn't have that stream of income, whatever it may have been. And I could show you specifically with data who, or in our Black community, was actually impacted. Thus, the conflict that we have was, while there was an argument, the world can't afford reparations, America can't afford reparations, COVID happened in 2020. And yes, the fuck we could, and yes, we did. My argument still stands, but for the small businesses, the way that the money had to be distributed, America was already like cutting the check and just printing money out of everywhere. We know this already. It was the standard argument. But to not have the foresight and say, well, oh shit, how do we get more of our black folks on those roles, like Dawes roles? How do we get more black businesses or small businesses to actually put that message out there? What do we have to do as a network to make sure our people get what they got coming? And don't have to feel no shame about it. Over 9 million small businesses benefited from it. And we got dumbass niggas who will come on talking about the scamming the PPP system. You didn't have to scam it. It was legitimate for anybody who had businesses at that time, including some of our children. And there's still people out there who do not have the courage to start their small business for whatever reason, not for themselves, not for their children, not for their children's children. They won't help their sisters with their businesses, even to start. And they consider failure not having epic sales. But you're thinking about it the wrong way, man. Y'all get ready for Plot Twist 2. When Plot Twist 2 drops, man, we could get deeper into the story since that's what they want to hear. But B1 Network, I'm B1 Brother Moses. And, man, if I got to contribute, then I'm going to give the people what they want, man, because that's what they want to know. They don't even really want to know about B1 Brother Moses, to tell you the truth. They don't care about B1 Brother Moses, man. And so let's see. Stop the screen. B1 Brother Moses is back on the screen, man, and 50's still rocking with us. So we'll give him a little bit more. Let me check the chat because, you know, it be like that. Didn't Cerulean make those badges? Absolutely, but he didn't make those badges for everybody. And I'm sorry, I got one. I know the Red Goat got one. Nyla got one. Why everybody didn't get one? And maybe he got a couple of them wrong. But shit, let's go, man. I'll give y'all a little bit more, and I'm going to just skip through this last 10 minutes. I think I'll be done around 9. I typically tip off at around 9:30, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to give myself at least like 30. And Despicable, like we still here, flexing. Man, I can't flex, man. I'm just a regular little skinny nigga. If I had me a Benz or something like that, then hell yeah, I flexed in a motherfucker. But I ain't got shit to flex, but a good credit score and a couple of good friends. That's it. Here we go. I'm going to get you right because this is not really my fight either.
All right. So that was a bit long-winded. I got through one tenet. Is Archer still there? It is coming up on 4 o'clock. If Archer would like to come in and chime in with something significant, I asked the brother a couple of questions on chat on Taz's. He will not have all day to have this rebuttal or this or this back and to have this conversation, Taz, because I might be a little bit too deep. This is a fun and game. This is an online social network of rejects, and y'all probably already said this shit, but maybe just reading this kind of confirms it for somebody else. I'm gonna go through the motions of just reading it, but at this point, even at Tenet 2, I've already concluded that there is just some deep-seated issues that they don't want to confront. They are
Stop the damn madness. I never saw this, bro. Y'all mean to tell me Eagle fuck with me back in 2019? I didn't even know that like that. Like, I've been on the same panel, but even if you got footage from even back then, you'll see me get off the panel immediately. Or I'll say, what's up? I'm a big fan. Like, that's like, she does like big ass numbers, 50,000. Like, motherfuckers praise Martin Luther King Jr. But imagine this. She's doing that shit every week, motherfucker. She doing them big ass Lincoln Memorial, 100,000 views every week. And those folks was like, well, if we had social media, if the civil rights movement had social media, X, Y, and Z, man, shut y'all ass up. Y'all wouldn't have known nothing about how to position a Roe v. Wade argument. Y'all didn't know how to position it then. Well, I think they kind of won then. They kind of won it then. We may have lost that one though. Anyway, get back to the mix. But shit, we didn't lose it.
Or the big question mark.
We didn't lose it all the way. They're still home.
And they're really mad that the LGBTQ is not fighting for them. That would be my final answer. LGBTQ is not fighting for Black men who are a part of their network, which is sysbm, incel, and mixed out. That will be my final answer until they want to come prove me different. And if I got to do the research to show you that they are frustrated because LGBTQ is not fighting for them. They're getting all the rights in the world, But whenever they go to court, they're not protected. They're the ones who get the child support, so the courts aren't fighting for them. If the black woman calls the police on them for whatever reason, domestic violence cases, it's the black woman's fault. It's never what they did to that black woman. And because of that, the police come into their homes and pull them out of their homes. Now it's the black woman who called them. She shouldn't have called them. It's not the black man's responsibility to create his own police force. No, it is the woman who's calling the police on them.
Damn. And while I'm saying that, I know some of y'all probably just as nosy as I am as what was going on in the chat. Yeah, I'm not fucking playing with y'all. There is no hiding. Like all of the police reports in the world are not going to protect this woman. She has to be in a position of self-protection. And it would suck to say, well, she made it that way, because that would put you on this side of the argument. I would say, nah, man, y'all don't start being more protective. Anyway, put me on my high chair. If y'all was as nosy as I was here, this is back when she was taking links and everything. What do we have to do to get you to shred this on your channel next? What will it take? Crying emoji, praying hands. SlayingEvil.com. See, this wasn't even in my lane. I was on some reparation shit, but these little weird niggas, we was like, man, look, there's an LGBTQ community, and having the conversation even with them sometimes can get to they get testy about it. And this is 2019, man. I tell you, y'all gotta stay tuned.
It is the court system that is pulling away our women and giving our women an outlet, to where our women are now running towards the system against them.
We got somebody came up. Oh, he just changed it.
They get these young millennial men who don't know any better, who don't have any fathers, and they reel them in, and they start teaching them this poisonous rhetoric.
Yeah, they teach them that
point
poison.
blank, period.
Oh shit. Oh
Him
yeah.
particularly.
Oh hell nah. Fuck
Fuck
y'all.
You don't get
Trigger warning.
into
Nigga, trigger warning. Trigger warning. Nigga.
I don't think people who use cartoons,
Hell nah.
they're not having it.
Trigger warning.
But when they leave, they're taking
Trigger
their ball
warning.
with them. But they don't have a ball because this is just a metaphor. Motherfucker, we need anyway. I'm gonna go on and read it for those other folks, and I might be able to speed through this shit.
Look, basically, the grammatical errors is fucking me up. I couldn't keep reading it. I was way too nice letting these motherfuckers speak. I think Maximus Black, I thought at this time he was a part of a legitimate movement where they were pushing it was like a PDF or something like that, but it was called the Marshall Falk Plan or something like that. Marshall Falk, that's a running back. Anyway.
And keep this thing moving. Hold on, let me see if I got the link.
Nigga,
we'll
trigger
open it up.
warning.
That is 4:30, so I think Miss Deity has joined inside
Watch
of
this.
the back
Watch
chat.
this shit.
Let's give her
hell
that.
nah, nigga. Hell nah.
Courtesy, I say I will
Watch
be a
little
person of
sis.
integrity if there's nothing else.
Oh
a nigga
shit,
should at
trigger
least
warning.
Keep his word.
And bro Moses, if you need me to jump down, I'll jump down for you.
I don't know where they get all of this jargon from.
Duck, nigga.
It seems like, the elders of the people who teach this nonsense, right? They take the important information from Black history, Black people such as Malcolm X or whatever. They take things out and they keep the parts that they think are benefit to their message, and they twist these young brothers' mind, okay, and turn them against women.
I'm finna get me some
And
lemonade.
their ideology and their beliefs is pretty much completely screwed up and backwards. It's like they're working against themselves.
And then they use
Yeah.
cartoon avatars and things that are attracting people. The YouTube analytics sees these cartoons. My kids, even before they could read, were already technology enabled. They were born into it. So when my kids start clicking on things, the cartoon itself would allow for it to be clicked more than my Black liberation or Black ideology conversations. So they can admit that Black ideology is important, but we can't compete in YouTube spaces against people who use cartoon avatars to lure children And so the only other thing
Right.
is that we have to protect our community and our
Told
children
you I'm not
from them
fucking playing
while
with
our
these
children
dudes.
are still learning to navigate these technology-driven spaces like YouTube or wherever else they go.
Trigger
Then the only other
warnings.
thing would be to go and confront them physically.
Which
And
why
I'm
I
not
shut the
really
fuck
about
up.
having that conversation on a YouTube space. So let's stay
Seems to
focused.
be.
I don't think you're about to have
Seems
that
to
conversation
me.
at all, but that's ridiculous that you think cartoons are going to attract
See, the
children.
problem-
That's ridiculous that you think
conversation.
cartoons would attract
So they
children.
can admit
Let
that
them talk.
ideology
We can't
is
give them too
important,
much.
But we can't.
But we'll give
compete
y'all
in
just a
spaces
little bit.
against people
Plot
who use
twist.
cartoon avatars to lure children. And so the only other thing
Right.
is that we have to protect our community and our children from them while our children are still learning to navigate these technology-driven spaces like YouTube or wherever else they go. Then the only other thing would be to go and confront them physically. And I'm not really about having that conversation on a YouTube space. So let's stay
Seems to
focused.
be.
I don't think you're about to have that
Seems to
conversation
me.
at all, but that's ridiculous that you think cartoons are going to attract
See, the
children.
problem to me.
These type of
This
spaces.
dude keeps saying cartoon.
You hearing with the little snarky shit? I don't think you're about having that conversation at all, nigga. You obviously was in the wrong
No, it's like
space
they're
even in
working against
2019, nigga. We serious.
And then they
Doing
use
that.
cartoon
Yeah.
avatars and things that are attracting people. The YouTube analytics sees these cartoons. My kids, even before they could read, were already technology enabled. They were born into it. So when my kids start clicking on things,
Yeah.
the cartoon itself would allow for it to be clicked more than my black
We
liberation
done.
or black ideology conversations. So they can
Yes.
admit that black ideology is important.
Even then, I was
But we
fucking up.
can't compete in YouTube spaces against people who use cartoon avatars to lure children. And so the only other thing
Right.
is that we have to protect our community and our children from them while our children are still learning to navigate these technology-driven spaces like YouTube.
I had to
or
slow
wherever else they
myself
go.
down.
Then the only other thing would be to go and confront them physically. And I'm not really about having that conversation on a YouTube space. So let's stay
Seems to
focused.
be.
I don't think you're about to have that conversation at all, but that's ridiculous.
You hear that little snarky shit?
See, the problem to me.
This dude keeps saying cartoons does not attract children. What is your
Maturity level.
leave him alone? That's why I don't talk to that guy. Do it again.
No,
I
it
asked
doesn't.
you that on our first time stream. I asked you, what do you see that? Where's your point? You don't think cartoons are for children,
I
so
don't,
that's
I
for
don't
you.
see a whole bunch of children coming to my channel because I got a Spike Spiegel as an avatar. No, that's not what's happening. A whole bunch of children aren't coming to Taz's channel because he got some damn cartoon as his avatar.
So let me ask you one more time, then. Spike
Right.
Spiegel. Who is that? Let's give Archer. Even though I said deity, I apologize. But this guy, I guess he wants to shine right now. Archer. Who is Spike Spiegel?
It's an anime character.
Is
Fictional anime character.
he pretty popular?
Amongst anime fans, yeah. Cowboy Bebop's a classic.
It's a classic. About how long have you been a fan of Spike Spiegel?
Shit, damn.
10 years. I've liked it since I first seen the show.
And how long have you known about Malcolm X?
About what month? I learned about Malcolm X like when I was like 10, so I'll say about 23 years.
So about 23 years of learning about Malcolm X, but Spike Spiegel is more influential in your life to where you would change your own black face to be a representation of Spike Spiegel, but not Malcolm X. Why not Malcolm X?
Well, should I put Malcolm X on my avatar? Should I put Dr. King on my avatar?
Man, I'm gonna drop you from the chat because, brother, if I gotta tell you what to add, then you're probably not all the way there. I am serious. This is not a game. Miss Diddy, go right ahead.
Hey, what's up? So I might be a little long-winded. Thank you for letting me on your platform again, since
Got
you
it.
know the little situation last time. But I
What
wanted
was wrong
to
with
say,
the situation last time? Wait, hold on. You don't get to just do that. Come in like you came in with some bad, or we left off with bad blood. Did we leave with bad blood?
it wasn't cordial.
Why wasn't it court? You didn't? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So for the sysbm situation, so for a black man to try to save himself from black women means that he's too weak to fix the issues within his community and to protect his women like every other race of men do. And he wants to receive the benefits of the protection from another group of women that was provided by their men, which means that these types of men have been broken and are complacent with being slaves under someone else's order and house, whether it be on a micro level, i.e. a relationship, because once you start dealing with women of other relations, other races and nations, you're going to have to take on their mannerisms and their customs, or on a macro level, which is systematically, i.e. being complacent with working under white supremacy. Now, this brokenness can be in the form of a man hating his blackness, and therefore he tries to identify culturally as other, which is the reason why a lot of these SYSBM niggas are into anime, which is that Asian culture, or they try to act like white men. They even talk like white men. They sound like white men. Or the man is in fear of his blackness and the work that it takes to navigate this society as a black man. And therefore, again, as stated earlier, he wants the protection from his own skin by dealing with someone that is opposite from himself. So basically, these men think they are prisoners of blackness until they date out. And then they believe that they found freedom. And these niggas are crazy.
Why you cutting their hairs like that? You come in cutting
I disagree with a small portion of that. I don't think the men are broken. I think the people who are brainwashing them are the ones who are broken. I think these young men are just brainwashed, but they're not broken. They're just misguided. They're being taught the wrong way by guys who are broken, like these elders, these so-called elders who are teaching these guys.
Right, but for somebody to teach you to hate your blackness, there has to be a brokenness for somebody to even penetrate you in that way. So for somebody to come into your space. But see, when you want to identify, go ahead.
What I'm saying is the teachers that are
Hey, Moses, not on here though.
Oh my God. Hey man,
come on, hey Moses, you're doing this shit on live, dog.
Even then, nigga, I'm in a legal state. Fuck you mean? And I'm a vet.
Go ahead, Max. No, I was just telling Moses he was going through his emails, and if he does that on the screen, it's gonna show a bunch of shit that he doesn't want to show.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't disagree with you on one level. I believe it's the teachers that are the broken, angry men who are bitter towards women. And what they do is they get these young millennial men who don't know any better, who don't have any fathers, and they reel them in and they start teaching them this poisonous rhetoric, the way they develop this destructive ideology towards women. I don't think the young men are broken. I just think they're brainwashed.
Well, no one
can. One more second. I've talked to several of them, right? And before I knew who they were, I thought they were like 17, 18 years old, right?
Right.
But when I asked them their age, they were like 32 and 34. That tells you right there that the mind, the maturity is undeveloped. The mind isn't really taking in the proper information, okay? They've been brainwashed. And
you said that. You said that. So no one can teach a person something that isn't willing to learn that something. No one goes to a specific classroom knowing what it is without being willing to be receptive to that particular information. So these young men that you're talking about are going to these spaces understanding exactly what they're going to be listening to, and they are trying to find refuge. So they already have an insecurity, and that insecurity is with their blackness. And they get around a bunch of other, hold on, let me just say this real quick, because I did give you the respect. I just want to say this. And they go around other insecure black men because you can connect to somebody's energy. You know what I'm saying? If your energy is, you know, a gamer or kind of nerdy or awkward, these same people, they gravitate to those types of individuals. So again, they're not being brainwashed into anything. They may be, they may get power or confidence in their already set mindset, but they're not being brainwashed into it. You don't get you don't get brainwashed into it on a micro level. On a macro level, you can be brainwashed to hate your blackness, which is what I said in my earlier statement. But these people are going out looking for people that think just like them. So they're not being brainwashed, not by these other people. They're being brainwashed probably by white supremacy, but not by these black men that have also been broken in them damn selves.
No, I disagree with that, because as a person, as an ex-manosphere member, I've seen the stuff in action and how they do these things. It's kind of like how organizations fish for younger people. What they're looking for are young men who have no guidance, who don't have any fathers, who are looking for a father figure. And when they go into these organizations, they don't know what to expect. They don't go in there thinking that they're going to learn how to hate women, but that's not the way it's presented to them. It's presented to them as a brotherhood. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for big brothers or father figures. So they go in and then they start listening to what's going on. And that's how they slowly start to turn. They slowly start to be brainwashed that way. It's the men who are running these types of organizations like SYBM, IBOR, MGTOW. It's the leaders, it's the teachers that are the ones who are disrupting the mind of these young men.
Well, I stand on my premise.
Because I've seen this stuff I've seen it take place myself as an ex-member of the Manosphere.
I can't hear you.
I've seen what they.
If somebody's background is loud, I can't hear you.
I've seen it take place myself as an ex-member of the Manosphere. I've seen what they do to young men.
Absolutely, but again, I feel like a person. When you say young, I can't understand that mindset because I'm young myself. So again, you have to come from a place of already having that type of feeling in order for you to ingest it. Because if you hear something that's not right, you're gonna be like, yo, these niggas sound weird. So why would I continue to stay around something that doesn't feel right or sit right with me? So they're wanting that.
It depends on if you come from a place where you're taught
hit her right now.
You're talking about children.
She ain't playing with none of y'all neither.
There was no telling how developed their mind is or how undeveloped it is or what they see as right or wrong, whether wrong or right is subjective to them or it's an actual real fact or reality. Okay, so when you have a mind like that, that is an open book to someone who knows what to do with it, especially people who have nefarious intent. These are the type of men these are the type of young men that they're looking for. Fatherless men, broken homes, no direction, don't know which way is up. These are perfect candidates for that type of ideology.
So would you say that the people that's teaching this type of rhetoric would fall under everything that I just said?
If you want to talk about being in line with white supremacy, I agree with you there because as far as I'm concerned, they're no different than white supremacy. And as far as being bitter and broken, yes, the teachers are, but not the young men. The young men are able-bodied young men, and their minds are being destroyed by hateful older men who are bitter and broken. If RJ had a decent elder in his life, he wouldn't be the way he is right now.
About what of your judges that you put on a bench or wherever, because they know that white man will protect those judges that they appoint. So you don't want to tell the judges to fuck off. You better tell the pro-blacks to fuck off. That's your challenge there, is to deal with grab your cojones and tell the person that you're really mad at that you're mad at them. And student loans and shit, a contractual obligation. I don't do this comfortable or good around me. I am pro-black because I am here for black people to finally say, look, we got some shit to do. They will repeat this phrase, Tony, whoever you are, to accept the link. They will say, we have work to do. And if they do that, then I'll be good. I don't have to make another motherfucking video. We have work to do. Not to put it off on the woman and say, well, the woman signed a contractual agreement with the state and that's why we can't build, or I have to say we can't build with her because she's already sided with the state, while you determine that it's best for you just to run from the state in the first place. Let me bring on Big Bro Taz. I think he's popping up, but it's not actually letting him inside the stream. What's going on there? There we go. All right, let's get it. Towards the state, black men flat on their faces. So it's
Can you hear me, bro?
There you go.
Good.
I hear you now. Yep.
All right, bet. What's good, man?
Oh man, I can't even get past 5 on this. I don't know how you can read the chat, have the conversation, and stay focused, and then have people come up. This is too much, man. I'm have to do some pre-records first, just to see how this shit works.
Yeah, it's juggling. But no, I was tripping off that shit where you just said, man, that contractual obligation to the state, man. I mean, it's cleverly worded, but it's like, it's silly. You know what I'm saying? It's a silly notion to imply that black women are in some type of contractual obligation with the state that no other woman would be under. You know, it's silly.
Do they mean like how black men served in the military and that enabled them with certain benefits to certain privileges, you know, land and student loans and shit? A contractual obligation. I don't do this metaphoric shit, which is why I ask questions like you're attracted when you have these tenets that look exactly at, you look at a woman and what are these tenets? These are very physical, very actual tenets. So quality is subjective. functional is like, what is that? I don't know what that is. That's metaphoric. Feminine, that's going to be whatever somebody's preference is. I think that masculine men are defining what masculine is in terms of the competition that they face. And so for them to say now what feminine is, that's where they get the question mark from me. But anyway, good looking. So good looking is now moving into a very subjective space, but it's a little bit more tangible, more objective. In shape, so now the size of her body. Natural, I don't even know what that means. For me, I'm thinking hair, and I try to leave that alone. So what I'm saying is that they're looking at the woman, they're sizing her up, they're categorically comparing her to other civilizations of people. And from that, they find these to be their major dysfunction in the Black woman. How do you have time for that if your battle is with the state? If the state has the power to keep your women to have a contractual obligation, aren't you really supposed to be focused on creating some form of system that a woman could be contractually obligated to? No? That a woman would want to respect or choose to respect? Are you saying that the woman is choosing the state and not choosing you? If those are the choices, then your focus is not on what the woman is doing. You don't have time for that. Your focus has to be on this group of people building successfully whatever it is they're supposed to be building to compete, not going to some other culture and you're useless to that culture. You are now the breeder. Like, so when they said the African-American woman, this is, I think, BGS Idmore, that's where this is coming from. Now I hear it.
Universal
that
energy.
The African-American woman was used as a breeder. And now that's what they're advocating for the Black male, is to be a breeding whore for other civilizations. Tell me I'm lying. So let me bring Chaos Reign up. Somebody tell me I'm lying. I don't want to believe website around the world.
Girl, how are you?
Oh
Can you hear
shit.
me?
Yeah, no,
Yep,
part two.
uh-huh.
Part two. Man, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here, y'all ain't getting all that on the first video. Y'all kiss my whole ass, nigga. Y'all can kiss my whole ass. Oops. Oops. Part two. I know y'all saw what just happened right there. Oh shit. Oops. Camera slipped. Hey, the camera slipped. Stop with the the camera slipped. Hey, she should give out that damn email. She still do. It'd be the link in the description every time if they ever had beef. But we see what's finna happen in two. I didn't even know what I was finna do with this whole thing. But shit, this motherfucker is way too long. I got a wife. I said give me about 10 more minutes, but shit, 9:30 and my head start to hurt because I told you I don't like my own voice. But I guess part two, well, I do. But anyway, I'm too long-winded. But part two, you see what just finna happen. You see Sinji finna take the link right there. The Eagle just took the link on that exact stream. So what the problem is? Plot twist part two, man. Y'all see what's coming, man. B1, Brother Moses, man. Hey, we could do that shit at 9 o'clock tomorrow. What time did I start? 8? I think I'll probably just go from like 9. Like, that was a long rewind too. So, hey, baby, hold on. Yeah, real life shit. Now that's big flex. That's what they don't got. Nobody knocking on the door. Damn it, I had the damn let's go up the whole fucking video. Shit. But at least y'all know that's what y'all know what's up though too. Because like I said, I was a senior partner for the B1 network. And if you looked at it, man, it had different tiers. And it was like if you wanted to even do like a live stream show with like the B1 network co-founder, either Taz or Nyla says, like all you had to do was join Patreon, and it said it right there in the tiers. And Nyla says and we only did like 4. She used to ask me why I didn't do a lot more content with her like that. I was like, man, y'all got like your audience is huge, and I see the different messages that are being interwoven. Those are some heavy concepts. At first, like when they say, can you vet? There is no vetting. You either just got to be with the shit or you not with the shit. And so you start realizing that shit. And the only way to get to it is, okay, well, let's ask a couple of tough questions. And at that point, you either let them talk because you know that, okay, ooh, there's some shit coming, but don't be so quick to just cut everybody off. So what do y'all think? Did I cut the dude off too quick? What all did you hear inside of this? If you've been rocking, then I know you heard a lot of content. It's not always in the best order, and we don't have clips just already pulled out of that shit yet. But damn, I saw some universal energy there with the person who responded named Quincy. When I started it, we went straight in and told you who the key players were. They still were. Even on that last part, I was like, BGS was the dude talking about black women were the breeders. And so now we got today's pullout was the click clack, nigga, for real, nigga, guns drawn. Nigga, now you should have a little bit more of information that you need to make your own decision. Family. Anyway, part 2, we see what part 2 is because y'all seen what just happened. I'm going to give y'all one more. In fact, I should do like a teaser. Let me see. Now, it is 9:30 on everything, though, but just in case you missed it and you just got here, part 2. Plot twist. B1 Network archives, the Tenets. Y'all may not have saw what just happened. Told y'all.
Reason for me to have the conversation. I asked a very simple question. They escaped me, butt danced and danced around it. I don't like that shit, which is why I cut the conversation off and get back to work. Sysbm is all about honesty and self-improvement. This is yet another reason why the Sysbm Brotherhood. Now you're a fucking brotherhood. I can't stand these niggas. I can't stand these niggas.
Hey, I just wanted.
They are truth, they're knights, they're at a round table. What the fuck is wrong with these dudes?
Yeah, they're not a brotherhood, but I just wanted to come up here to quickly say something to touch on some of the points that they made because
different terms trying to convince themselves that they sound massive. You know what I'm saying? All of these different.
Can you guys hear me?
These niggas that
I heard you send G Taz. Can you hear Cynthia?
No, I can't hear.
Oh.
I'll go out and come back in.
All right.
Oh, hey Cynthia. Hey Cynthia.
Hey, crew, how are you? Yeah.
Hello.
But I wanted to say it's
Yeah, I'm gonna shut up. I'll let you talk. I just wanted to say hi to you, Cynthia.
oh, hey crew, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yep. I'm good. I'm well. I hope you're well as well.
Hey, I
It's
don't know
probably-
what this like a thief in the night is, but blocking.
Nigga,
It's
don't play that
probably
fucking shit.
StreamYard's acting up, but I just wanted to say quickly, it's interesting that they use the term siren because part of the siren lure.
Nope. And nobody be hitting the like button either. I check this mug right now. It says 57 people. If I look on YouTube, it don't even be 57 people to hit the like button, man. Hey, y'all stay tuned. Yeah, we can rock tomorrow at 9 my time, man. If y'all want to see what Eagle went in, like this is 2019 Eagle too. And Deity, I just played with Deity. So y'all got part 1 when Deity came up. That if y'all don't know who that is, man, y'all just gonna have to stay tuned to the series. As y'all saw around there, plot twist, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, man, we gonna run, man. Come on with the information, man. If y'all really want to know what the work looked like, they may not have called this work, but niggas had work to do. We was up against so many distractions at the same time. I'm gonna let y'all go tonight. B1 Brother Moses. That's all I got. And I'm out. Y'all see that B1 salute like that? Yeah. Hey man, hey, what do y'all think about this? Because the Tales from the Crypt, I saw something on Netflix where they went back to it, got Snoop Dogg in it. He brought it out. I was gonna do some content on that anyway. And so I figure if people are gonna roast me, they might as well roast me while I'm doing the information. So there you go. We're gonna make it easy. Look, I'm the only one. Once you do a screen grab, see, hold on. I gotta get close enough to where the screen grab actually like it don't fuck up like that. So when they get one, hold on, I'm gonna give y'all a good screen grab and I'm out. Is we close enough? Damn, the mug is damn white boy with the candle and shit. I probably gotta put the light on the other side. Oh damn, now I see the screen and the glasses, man. I'm can't get the baby pappy. I can't get right tonight. There ain't nothing I can do to help y'all out. Anyway, B1 salute, man. Y'all be easy. Tomorrow at 9, we're gonna do the same thing, same time, man. Run it down.